Hello, my beauties. Finally, I found some time to share with you my grandpa matrix. And what a brilliant coincidence. Yeah, one of my friends who heard the bell, you know, the 2 dates of birth. It's cool to have 2 dates of birth, original and non-original. So this friend of mine took the date of birth of my grandfather, which is 15th of January 1927. Very important to know your ancestors, their programs and everything, because this may repeat in your matrix as well. Like energy 16 from my grandpa, it's repeated in my matrix. So it means you will face something like this in life. And if you will face, it was due to wrong decisions that your ancestors made, yeah. And only this month, because you know in September I have my birthday, only this month till end of the month, those of you who did watch this video, yeah, you may book yourself a matrix reading. You will receive your matrix and 2 more matrix readings of your choice, one of your ancestors. This can be mother, father, this could be grandmother, grandfather, whoever you choose, another 2 people from your family with whom you feel connection, and this everything under the price of 1 package, yeah. You will receive your own reading and 2 more family members readings. It's important to know and understand your ancestors because history repeats itself, yeah, and you will see. Yeah, so here we go with my grandfather. I will go briefly about his life without touching matrix transits, just briefly major events which could be visible in the matrix. My grandfather had energy 3 as planetary. In plus, this makes you like a real gentleman, taking care of women, proper attitude, always nice to women, and again, having good connection with women. Men who have energy 3 in plus, they always have good connection with women. Hello, my dear. Hi, how are you doing? Let me know. So, energy 3, good connection with women, and that was the case that you can even observe. Like, I'm sharing my family experience. When I was very little and I was sick with pneumonia, in hospital with me was not my mother, because she was still sick after giving birth to me, not my grandmother, because my grandmother was taking care of my mother, but in hospital with me was my grandfather 24/7, not my aunt, not someone else, but my grandfather, because they have great connection, energy 3, with women, with opposite gender. Yeah, they have this understanding, and his entire life he was very happy having 2 daughters, and he was very happy having so many granddaughters. He had 4 granddaughters, just imagine. So he was very happy with this, because he was getting really well with all of us, and he was a real gentleman, not this fake gentleman who, I am the gentleman and she is the bitch. Come on, no. I mean like real gentleman, not fake gentleman. So here we go. Energy 3 explained. Yeah, energy 3 strong in male matrices here, and in interactions on love line with interactions with people. That's really strong positions, and gonna give man these exact qualities. If it's in any other position, like could be here, again, the reading already will be different of this energy. It may or may not contain these qualities. Depends on other energies. For example, if here he had not energy 7 but had maybe energy 10, yeah, then he may have much weaker energy 3 planetary. He could be like more feminine, more feminine, more on feminine side, and he was more on masculine side, like real role model, because of warrior energy in the center. But energy 3 softened his heart and gave him great understanding of women. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, with this entire Another important moment about energy 15, what I want to say, if you have energy 15 in visit card, you have very charismatic appearances, very, very, very charismatic. Again, exception gonna be, we're talking about pluses and minuses. My grandfather, sober lifestyle, no bad habits, you know, entire life. So he had very charismatic appearances, especially when he was young. But people with energy 15 who are on negative side, they usually obese and look like disgusting. Their visit card could be very much like, you know, the spoiled something. In mythology, you know, there are such little statues of God. Hatay, we call it Hatay, we wish you wanted God or something like this. If I will find, I will show you, yeah? So, something like this, something very fat, very lazy, it gives you this vibe, yeah? But if, this is how you can know, you know, if you look at a person with visit card 15, yeah? You may from the starter to suggest the other, like if you see them being fat, being this everything, most likely all the other energies are in minus. I wish for more feminine energy. Me too. Me too. So here we go. Yeah, you can look at them, and if you see they're not very good looking, they look, you may suggest the other energies are weak and as well in minus. So be cautious around this energy, because again, energy 15, this is the tricksters of the matrix, and only other energies that can beat them with tricks is energy 22, and in rare cases being empowered by other matrix energies, energy 2. Only those two energies can like overtake on 15 in terms of tricks somewhere, or be equal, you know. So these are tricksters, they may lure you. That's why very important to read people carriers of 15 energy in the visit card. In the day of birth, yeah. So my grandfather, he was like a charmer, and I will show you a picture of him. Wait a moment. I think, look at him. But okay, here's some filters. Okay, let's see, this way, yeah, you see, yeah, because I'm using filters, and here we go, like Hollywood actor he looks like. My grandfather looks like Hollywood actor. Here we go. Yeah. You see, like really, if there was Hollywood somewhere next to him, like I'm sure that's my grandmom. Okay, so here we go with filters, with my eyelashes. Let's return. Let's return my long eyelashes to me. So. Here we go, girls. Energy 15, very charming, very charismatic. Quite often, when we're talking about female models, yeah, modeling profession, it's always energy 3, always strong energy 3. In male cases, it's more on energy 15 side, but they may have like energy 3 as supportive one, okay? But always when we're talking about modeling appearance, yeah, modeling and standard beauty, yeah, that's always energy 3 and energy 15 somewhere insignificant, like visit card or planetary. This combo 15-3 I cannot be a model because my combo is 13-12. I'm not a model material, okay, no matter how hard I try, okay? But people who are 15-3, and in male cases, when I analyzed matrices of male models, top models, quite often energy 15, very strong position, very strong one. So we're moving next, energy 7. When in plus, if you have an energy 7 here and you don't drive anything, you don't like to travel, you potato coach, your energy 7 in minus, your life is doomed. Literally, yeah. Literally. Energy 7, my grandfather loved to travel. He traveled abroad due to his work. He traveled to Hungary, he traveled to Bulgaria. He traveled a lot. He loved to travel. And Energy 7 will give you this opportunity. Energy 7 as well about relocation. Energy 7 about relocation. And Energy 7, whenever they relocate somewhere, this opens new doors, new windows, better opportunities in life for them. So if you strong carrier of Energy 7, and you standing in front of a choice to relocate to other city, country or not, always choose to relocate no matter which fears do you have. Because it will provide you with better opportunities in your life. So my grandpa, he loved to drive a car. He loved to drive a bicycle. He loved this everything, you know. And he was very active. From him, I learned that movement is life. He always kept repeating to me, Katya, movement is life. Movement is life. Movement is life, yeah. So for me, until you move, you alive, yeah. So try to move. And during sickness, whatever was happening, I wasn't big fan of just playing there and chilling there. I always somewhere moving, trying to do something like this. Not always, but quite often. Okay, so movement is life. Here we go with this. Now we go to Energy 19, what should be developed in a long-term perspective. Again, remember, Energy 18, quite often they achieving success from the third attempt in life. They achieving success from the third attempt. And this happened to my grandpa when he was entering university. First time he was not able to, something happened in the family, so he tried next year, but next year too many people were trying, and from third time he finally got it, yeah. And same time with any other form of success in life, and I will explain you how, yeah. I will explain you how, explaining this his money line. So what he was doing for living. First of all, Energy 13 is here, by the way, and Energy 13, remember, strong carriers of Energy 13, especially on money line, want it or don't want it, you will change your profession. You will change your occupation. Life will put you in the shoes. This is not something you should be afraid of. This is something very normal. And if your family, if you have Energy 13 on money line and your family criticizing you for first trying this thing, after trying that thing, you shouldn't get nervous. Because this is pretty much normal and common thing for Energy 13, especially in this placement. So you are okay. If you don't have Energy 13 here and you changing, then you got a problem. Then your family or friends, most likely they're right. But if you're a carrier of Energy 13, life will put you in conditions to change something, unless, yeah. Exceptions here, if you working saving other people's lives, you working in this fire department, you working as a doctor somewhere in reanimation, yeah, then most likely you will be working their entire life. Unless you are changing, saving people's lives, literally, physically in 3D. If you're not doing this, most likely you will be changing your profession, your occupation, area of employment. And this had happened to my grandfather as well, yeah, because first, while he was studying, he was performing this shoes repairment. He learned it all by himself. And again, Energy 5 here gives you great ability to learn. You read an instruction, you understand how to perform it easily. You can follow step by step, yeah. And Energy 5 always systematize, categorize, great with statistic and things, yeah. And Energy 8 here at the money entrance he had, yeah. Energy 8 in some cases is giving you managerial abilities. In some cases is giving you desire to be a lawyer, desire to investigate things, like this curious mind, giving you curious mind. And in this combination, in my grandpa case, it manifested as he had a few patents during his life for certain inventions at his factory. So first, his occupation, he was just repairing shoes. While he was studying, student, and side hustle, he was repairing shoes. So see, male in my family, they always were earning money. It wasn't something like he's sitting as mama boy and with mouth open and waiting when the mommy will put their bread in his mouth, you know. He studied and he worked because his family said him, you already adult, do something. Do something. And he learned how to repair shoes, and he was doing the shoe repairment for people in the city. So here we go. Energy 8 giving you managerial abilities and abilities, you know. Energy 8 as well, like energy of luxury, energy of status, energy of authority, of certain authority, yeah, over people. So later on, when he graduated, he became a manager of workshop, of factory that was producing weapons for war, for literally like taking people's life, defense as well. Because energy 8 as well is energy of defense. And defense, you know, you can defend people in a courtroom, or you can defend people in 3D physically. You can defend people in 3D physically with what? With weapons. And his factory was producing weapons here. Different type of weapons. So, and he became a manager. He relocated from the city he lived in, and this is Taganrog. He relocated to Ukraine with his family, with my grandma. And again, this opened new, if he stayed in Taganrog, unlikely he would become a straightforward manager of the workshop. No, he would be just a simple employee. He wouldn't become a manager. But because in Ukraine there were lack of qualified people, of highly qualified people, that's why without experience, right after university, government sent him to this factory as a manager of workshop. So relocation, energy 7, in his case, opened better opportunity, gave him better start in life, yeah? Because the manager, as a manager of workshop, on arrival, he received separate apartment for him and his family. While workers were living in these communal like dormitories with their family. Simple workers, simple employees, yeah, they were living in dormitory rooms with other families. And my grandfather, he received separate apartment, and apartment is much better than dormitory. So already with his wife, my grandma, and his child, my aunt, yeah, he relocated to perfect conditions and respect, yeah, he was given respect. And relocation opened for him this. And again, you see, first soul contract, what he promised to do for himself. Literally, energy 16 about property and improvement of your financial status. Energy 16, what he promised for himself. To receive a home, to have a home, because his family were refugees from Greece. And you see on Ancestral diagonal, still present energy 16. This quite often happening in refugees matrices. I have myself energy 16. We lost property we had in Ukraine. We had 2 apartments and 1 gorgeous house in Ukraine. We lost it all. Refugees families. And same happened to my grandfather's family, because they came to Taganrog all the way from the Greece. Just imagine this. So when they asking my nationality, you know, on dating sites like Tinder, I'm lost, I don't know what to say, like, according to passport this, but this is fake. I mean, like, passport is not valid, not my true nationality. So here we have energy 16, quite often ancestral diagonals. It happened in their life, and it happened in his life as well. He relocated, yeah, and later his family faced the same. So here we have why our family faced the same freaking shit. Because he got attached. Energy 16 is always about attachment, and energy 7, relocation opened better possibilities. And there was a moment in his life, because those of you who have similar energies to my grandpa, you can literally learn from him and learn from his mistakes. Okay, he stayed in this small city, this small factory. He grew to the director of this factory, from manager workshop to director. In 5 years, he grew to the director position of this factory. And he was the director. He stayed like, and here we got the sense. There was a moment that he got opportunity to return back to Russia, to Moscow. But there he would be again like manager of workshop and factory, not director. But this is big city. Bigger opportunities, bigger everything. There was possibility. He received invitation. They said, we lack such specialist, but you will be like downgraded, but this is Moscow, but you will receive apartment in Moscow. And he was already so comfortable because his family already received bigger, much bigger apartment, and this car from a factory, you know, that he drove, and friends and everything was there, and salary. And he said no, and that was a mistake. Having such energies, you cannot say no to bigger opportunities. I hope you understand. But he got attached. Energy 16 about material attachment. He said, okay, I'm not exchanging this. I'm quite comfortable in this. I'm not exchanging this for something better. He may exchange for a year or so, stay in this like discomfort zone and elevate further, even to something bigger. Yeah, he had this opportunity. He said no. Even though my grandma wanted to, you know, she wanted to go to a bigger city. Anyway, he got attached. And energy 16 about not being afraid to start everything from the scratch. And this test will come many times in your life. If you passed it one time and you think you're done, no, do not expect this. Maybe if it was only in his first soul contract, then yes. Again, how much reading of matrix, interpretation of matrix depends on other energies around. Why it's mistake in his case to say no? Because here 16, 7, 9, how we reading? 9 is very like introverted energy. Stopped movement here, like stopped movement. Energy 16 about like that's final destination, yeah. Due to lack of wisdom. Like people relocated, they sort of quite used, but they not quite happy. And that's what had happened to his family. Yeah, they were not quite happy where they were, but like they already tired too, you know. No energy to move further. Like, and energy 9 as well, they in minus, they not motivated by bigger opportunities. Okay, they not followers of concepts the bigger the better. They sort of very much like, you know, I have this bare minimum and this enough. Remember, you define what is normal for you. For some people, the level of norm is they come into the hotel and the hotel room has a view to another like hotel, and they find it's their level of norm. But someone arrived into this hotel and they said, no, I want another room, change for me. I don't want to look at the wall of the next hotel. I won't see you, because that's the norm. And what happening? Energy 9 quite often stopping people from development. and they sort of quite satisfied with current level of norms that they have in their life. So here we go with this entire like ancestral script. They get used to, and they don't want anything. Since they don't want anything, they're not having further goals. And for energy 7, absence of goals is like death-like. You know, absence of bigger goals, of movement towards new goals. And what he had already every fucking thing. He was a director, he was best friend with the mayor, you know. He had a car, good home, his family happy, it's enough money for everyone, you know. We were very fine. And he got attached, and this is energy 15, 16, this is material attachment, and he didn't want to change, you know, risk it or lose it, you know, and find himself like in uncertainty or something like this. When energy 7, it's movement, constant movement. When energy 13 is change, you should welcome change, yeah. Anyway, he didn't want to. His traditional, let's say, energies, and 5 is very traditional ended karmic tail here, they prevailed. So what had happened next, yeah? What had happened? And by the way, because of karmic tail 1558, this is karmic tail, you know, spiritual liar and deceiver. These people not authorized to perform readings for other people. They only authorized to perform readings for themselves, and they can't do reading for other people. So he knew craft, he knew how it worked, but he was not authorized to provide these services for other people. I hope you understand this. Unfortunately, a lot of readers like doing this, and this is like today's case when one of you sent me a screenshot from TikTok or somewhere with girl claiming dark femininity energies in matrix, this and this and this and this, and any dumb ass ask her why exactly, can you explain what makes this energy connection with dark feminine energy? No, she cannot explain, because this entire forecast or whatever statement written for cloth and written just for clicks, for clickbaits, because everyone like, and so many energies she put in this category, like so many people, wow, it resonated, they gonna, you know, feel like this placebo effect. And unlikely, if you will go read definition of dark feminine energy and how it works actually, what makes it works, yeah, again, it can be interpreted whatsoever. So many people does not hold even this exact definition of it. So the Lulus will relate always and everything. The Lulus will relate to this and click and like and everything, and later on bullshit on this. So this is only made for cloth. This is not something credible, and this is not something that I would recommend you to use in education purposes, because source is not credible. It's like horoscope for yellow pages. You know, they sit in and they just write in general whatsoever. Journalists, not astrologers, by the way. And these yellow pages, I worked in many Ukrainian female magazines. You know how horoscope being written, like no fucking astrologers, nothing. You just taking some random shit like and putting together. That the more people will resonate with this, the better. You just change words, and sometimes like horoscope for Taurus sounds same like Sagittarius. Just words arranged differently, you know. So this is the same shit. Quite often people with this spiritual liar and deceiver, like when they feel that they are authorized to teach other people, mass teaching, I mean here, that they are able to read and explain to all people around, this is where it's gonna end and how it's gonna end, yeah? So here we go. And a third time, my grandfather changed his profession. When USSR collapsed, factory was closed because it was governmental factory, and they decided they don't need that much weapon anymore. Because before there was like weapon chase between USSR, United States, yeah, and they produced all types of weapons. There was this chase, race, yeah, But after government, like USSR collapsed, government said, no, we're closing this factory, we're closing it. Bye-bye. And everyone left without job. What to do? How to feed your family? How to feed your family? So my grandfather changed his occupation again. He started to trade. He went to one city, was buying paint in one city, and was selling in his city. So sort of, go there, and a lot of people were doing similar things with all type of different goodies, during that period of. So he was trading, and later he opened a little shop. So it was going well as well. 3 times he changed occupation in order to maintain certain lifestyle that my family used to. Okay, so again, energy 13, if you not changing, but if he would go to Moscow, if he would accepted this, who knows what would happen, who knows what would happen if he would go to Moscow. Maybe it would end way much better, So here we go. If you don't want to change, life will put you in conditions when you need to, no matter what. Tell whatsoever. In my case as well, I was sitting in Ukraine I want to live by the sea. I want to live by the sea, but not until this war happened. I was sort of no, let's accumulate more money because I don't love to trade my comfort zone as well. I don't like to downgrade, and this is again, this is problem on ancestral diagonal, this exact problem of energy 16. I have energy 16 in my ancestral diagonal, so I don't love to downgrade, and I was like, no. And life said, okay, you losing it all, move, simply, and I'm sitting already here, and I feel like, fuck, I'm in comfort zone, and I feel like something happening at universal level to push me to the next level. So here we go. With being stuck in comfort zone. So energy 16 test here sort of failed because he developed material attachment to lifestyle, to the place, and he failed energy 16 at this level. He failed. Another story that had happened, 1525. As you know, on Love Line he had. This is rebel program. And in love, he really needed to be a rebel. We have same combination, 1358, but mine in root chakra. It's about more, look there, your combination is more about your day-to-day routine here and healthy habits. It has more to do with your day-to-day routine, how you wake up, when you wake up, what you dress up, rather than with your career. And in this case, if you have this combination, you will be changing lifestyle quite often, or something will happen to your health that will push you to change your lifestyle and your day-to-day habits. So it's nice if you will start to develop a system and adjust it with age, system of healthy habits, and adjust it with age, because 13 is always constant transformation, because in age of 20 years old you have in one skin routine, in age of 25 you have different skin routine, in age of 45 it's different skin routine, and I'm just talking about skin and face. So this related in your case, importance of this highlighted for your body and your matrix. Okay, I hope I explained it properly, rather than to change employment places. Okay, so here we go with the next, about love line, 1525 on his love line, and he actually and literally was a rebel. He needed to go against will of his parents to marry my grandmom. And what had happened, he was sort of I can't say proposed, but he was promised, families made agreements that he will marry a girl from other family, and this other family and this girl, they also were into craft, and families wanted to enrich their knowledge, and empower future generations with this union. Families had a plan, let's get together, let's get stronger, let's this and this and this. So he was promised, family, his father and mother promised other families that he will marry that girl. And they were really, let's say, good friends with this girl. And in order to marry my grandmom, he needed to go against will of his parents, and this wasn't really great, because my grandmom, she came from family, let's say, scientific, awakening, a family of atheists. My grandmom only started to believe in God like old age, when she was already old, but before they were grew up as atheists. This sort of upbringing. And she didn't believe in tarot, she didn't believe in anything, like she didn't believe in omens, she didn't believe like in craft, and that was, it's very bad, it's very negative for family when your grandfather teaching you one thing and your grandmother saying that this is like, don't take it seriously, something like this, and the same with when we have parents of different religions. It's same, like two different egregors, and instead of support a child, these two egregors, they are fighting. That's why I do not want Muslim date, Muslim husband or Muslim whatsoever, because my egregor, it supports me my entire life, and I will not trade my egregor for this foreign egregor, and this is dangerous even. Like if new person join in and not following the rules of new egregor, and you need to follow as fanatic when you join in. When you join in, you need to follow as fanatic, and that's how described obsession of the newly born readers, let's say newly born readers, when they started sage, crystals, to salt, water, holy, everything, herbs, obsessive. They wanted to be recognized by this egregor, and they started like to try to satisfy it in a very crazy ways. And the same with if you join in like religion or cult, you need to follow as fanatic. You need to be very dedicated, so this egregor will accept you and start protecting you. And I don't want to change my egregor, because within my egregor, I have 7 generations experience. I have enormous level of support, and my egregor like do miracles for me, literally miracles. When I fell off rock in China, 0 broken bones, 0, fucking 0, and I was like, oh Lord, what just had happened? Because it was crazy, and many other cases I can name like this in my life. My egregor protects me in enormous ways. It goes beyond. And if I go and accept some new shit, I need to follow as fanatic and follow something that I do not want to follow, because I don't want to join a egregor of fear. And this religion is about fear. Even Christianity is much better, because it's religion of love and salvation and kindness, rather than religion of fear, strict rules and fanatism. So here we go. He literally went against will of his parents. And in compatibility with my grandma, they had curse program. I already brought this up in previous readings, videos, so on. So here's my grandfather, adorable matrix, and shortly his life. I explain you how each and every, and you should not go. Yes, he was happy in marriage. He was happy with my grandma. He was very happy, but he went against his parents' will, So it didn't end well, let's say, for future generations. If you have this rebel program on your love line, try not to find yourself in these situations. And in my grandfather case, it should be. And now I will explain you why he was kicked from the matrix. Yeah, I analyzed with his date of death as well. He died in summer. Why he was kicked from matrix. Energy 3 is softy. It is softening in everything. And energy 15 is a little bit sly. And when his family, had agreement with girl's family, and he wasn't in love with my grandmom, he didn't know her even back then. But back then, how he was telling me a story, yeah, that he wasn't like completely in love with this girl, and he thought that this is sort of not serious, and he decided, to act in a tricky way. Yeah, he decided like, okay, let it go, it's not that serious. Yeah, when other family was taking it seriously, and his parents were taking this seriously. Yeah, but he decided like to play this a bit, like he didn't want to go in a harsh confrontation, yeah, and slam the doors and say, no, I will not marry her. He thought just, she will eventually marry someone else, things gonna change, I won't just start a scandal now, I won't start problems now, this is like, and in social interactions, he's having energy 14, this is very diplomatic energy, yeah, and he was sort of like, no, I will not be like doing this, so this is why he was kicked from the matrix. When I analyzed date of death, yeah, that he did not, when this issue was solving, yeah, and again, energy 20 about following parents' will, and energy 5 about following your parents, but at the end of the day, he didn't follow. Energy 15, he was seduced not to follow, and he rebelled, and it took time until his family accepted my grandmother. Only after they had child already, and started to communicate more often. But before it was like, no, and this is huge shame you brought on us, because what? In my family and in my country, if man gives you a word, it's like a stone. You can't violate it. And it's not like him was given this exact promise to this girl to marry, but he was in very good terms with her, and sort of false expectations. This girl developed false expectations about their relationship, and she was reassured that, yeah, that's my future husband. And just imagine if she was like in this state for many years, this is my future husband, this is my future husband, and then boom, another chick girl arrived from the city, and he is into her, and he is like very much dedicated to marry her and very stubborn. And just imagine the pain of that girl who was like reassured, this is my future husband. So this had happened within my family, yeah. And this is side effect of energy 15, a little bit like playboyish energy. But it's not like he promised your love, because he doesn't have energy 6 here in a strong position anywhere. He doesn't have energy 6, because energy 6 would be acting, yes, I love you too. No, he was just very good friends with her. And their family agreed, and he didn't mind. He didn't he didn't stand out when families were making agreements. He didn't say, no, I don't want her. Or, no, you're rushing into things. Let's talk, let's return in 3 years to this conversation about me marrying her. No, he didn't do this. He decided, okay, this will eventually, we will see how it will go. So, he decided not to start scandal argument with his parents back then. No, because energy 5 and energy 20, we have soft spot for our family, and like if your brother or sister is wrong, it's still your brother or sister. If your parents wrong, of course it's a mute sentence, even that they're still your parents, yeah. we have this spot, soft spot for my family. The same like my mom wanted me to become an economist, and even though instead of studying close to home as she wanted, I went to other city, but to become economist, that wasn't completely my choice, because I wanted to be a journalist, writer, you know. But I decided, you know, this soft spot for my mom, like, okay, let's make you happy, let's make you happy, calm or something like this. Okay, my beauties, great example of how to do and how not to do. I hope you learned a lot from this example, yeah, what not to do. The energy 15 here, look, in minus as well, like, and repeat it here. So he decided to act, perform, like, well, okay, my family promising that I marry her. Well, okay, I will not argue my parents right now. No, this is probably not serious. Again, this is self-deception. And energies 15 and energies 18 tend to self-deception as no one else, like, literally. Especially if they are empowered, like, you may have energy 15 here, but nowhere else. And much easier, you will work on overcome challenges of energy 15 in this position much easier if you don't have it anywhere else in your matrix. It will be much easier for you. Okay, my beauties, I think that's all. That's all that I shared for today. Drop if any questions, and I hope it was beneficial for you. And remember, till end of September, if you buy in basic matrix reading, you can receive 3 matrices instead of 1, but condition, your parents' matrices or your grandparents' matrices as well, you will receive analyzed. Okay, that's it. Bye.